Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to Dumb Investing. That fellow over there, that's my partner, Harry.
And that's that other guy, Lloyd.
It's about to get dumb up in here. All right. So, on tonight's show, you can expect to see us review our portfolio of stocks that we purchased by rolling random dice and picking 3 random stocks a night, doing a little bit of homework, and then we filled up a portfolio with our retirement money. And so, we'll see how that's going, see how that worked for us. We're going to do a little bit of commentary on the stock market. We're going to talk about some of the tech giants who had earnings this week today, Microsoft, Google, and Apple. And we're going to talk about we're still waiting on this week and kind of maybe what happened, why the market is crashing like it has. Yeah, not a nice day at all.
All the gains. It was all rainbows, sunshine, and butterflies and bunnies bouncing all yesterday. And then today, yikes.
Yeah.
Good times.
Big red flags came out today.
Yeah.
All right. So, portfolio time?
Yeah. So, for any new viewers that have recently joined us, as Lloyd mentioned, what we do is we typically, when we have some money in our portfolio, we roll random dice. And with those random dice, we go to a random stock picker generator, and we click that random stock picker generator the amount of times the dice says. We do that 3 times, and then we do an analysis on each one of those. Well, we call them a shallow dive instead of a deep dive into the stocks, because we usually try and take a couple minutes per stock to go through a little bit of the fundamentals of the company. And then we make our best guess as to which one, well, from our shallow dive, we try and choose the right stocks. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the portfolio of what we have picked in the past, and we can kind of see how well or not so well they have been for us. All right. So,
and all you newbies, this is why this is the dumbest investing channel in all of YouTube's. Random dice. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So what we do is we go through on the daily, we go through we go through our top losers and we go through our top winners. Can you see the screen, Lloyd?
All I see is our beautiful mugs.
Okay, well, how about now?
That's awesome. So for anybody who's new and joining us, in the link in the description down below, there's a link to our spreadsheet, and it has every trade we've ever done. So you can see the date that we rolled. You can see the 3 stocks that we rolled that night. You can see the one that we chose. You can see how many shares we bought, what we bought it at. If we have sold it, we have sold some. We've made 17%, 18% on some stocks. So we've had some really good days. And we lost, 24% on one of them. And yeah. So, you're learning with us. It's full disclosure. We share everything that we do.
To add some insult to injury, that one that went down, Socket Mobile, that we sold.
Don't say it. Just don't even show it.
I kind of want to. Can we just do it?
I don't care. Do it.
Okay. So we sold Socket Mobile. When was that? A couple weeks ago, right? So recently, Socket Mobile went down a lot recently over the past couple of days. But if we go back to the day charts, let me find it here. I got to go full screen to get to what I want. Look at this. Look at what happened last week. It went from $5.72 up to $14.70.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So on their earnings, they printed they had revenue, I think, of $52 million. And I didn't want to tell you because I was like, oh man, we literally just talked about this and we're like, sell it all. It's never going anywhere.
It's worthless. Wow.
And then they gapped up big time. So they're up to $14. And now you can see that they're starting to come back down. So they've had 2 pretty significant down days, but it was
the dumbest investing channel in all of YouTube.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So you're literally sitting there. And I'm watching it because I have it on on one of my other Weevil accounts, looking at it. And it's just like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, seriously? We sell the thing and it triples? Unbelievable. So we had to talk about it. And sometimes, folks, that's how the cookie crumbles in the market. And sometimes you win, sometimes you sell a couple days too early. And
So for those of you new to us, we sold our socket at 610. We had bought it at 850. We lost 28% on our socket. How about that?
yeah, we could have got it all back. And
We
then
could have.
some.
But it was in bad shape, and we didn't think it had a future.
Yep. Little did we know, hey?
Yep.
Dumb investing. So what we've got going on today, we've got our friends over at BurgerFi giving back everything they gained yesterday. They were our biggest winner yesterday.
Oh,
and
come on, boys.
yeah, they gave all that back and then some, maybe a burger with it too. And then, of course, we talked about this yesterday, Hailing Education Group, which we talked about the Chinese education issues that are over in China right now. I did a little bit of analysis on it today. I'm not sure yet. I don't know enough yet. I read some articles today that there was something about a crackdown in China, specifically about more tied to before and after school care and the profitability of those, and not necessarily directly tied to the education stuff. So I'm not ready to give up on it yet, but I certainly want to do a little bit more research on the Hailing Education Group and see if, maybe this is just the market's just, Chinese stocks, and it's probably a good time to talk about the weight that Chinese stocks have put on the market. They're just, everything is in major sell-off mode right now. So, the Chinese tech.
That's HLG, right?
This is HLG that we're talking about, yeah.
Okay. So just, it's in our spreadsheet. Anybody can go look at it. We purchased it at 56.88.
Way up there.
Way up there. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that movement.
Yeah. The dumbest investing channel in all of YouTube's.
Talk about catching a falling knife. Holy moly. Hey, we got some reprieve here. We're like, oh yeah, to the moon.
Moon.
I'm surprised I didn't draw a line there.
Wow.
To get that stock up. Maybe we should. So yeah, tough few days. Woo! I'm not quite ready to give up on it yet. And for our overall investment, we may just hold on to it just to see what happens. And if it, at the end of the day, this is, I think, relatively small dollars that we have in here. Although every dollar matters.
Gave us a lovely comment.
Dumbest stock picker timing.
Oh, we're making him proud, aren't we?
Man, I tell you, you may want to do the opposite of everything that we do.
You should see me pick the checkout line at Costco. I'm a genius at that too.
Professional, hey? Professional slowest line picker.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to come back. We're going to get some of these turds floating again.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Hailing. That one might go to zero. It's quite possible.
Well, it's only $175 if it does, right?
Right. And that's
lesson learned.
Yeah, it's a $200 lesson for us. Over in the plus side, or the green side of our portfolio, we've got GFL Environmental Holdings up 1.6% today.
Go garbage man.
Yeah, the garbage man. And Fiserv up 2.99%.
Oh, really?
Today. Yeah, we could use that guy to go back up a little bit. I wonder, chart settings. There's nothing trading after hours on Fiserv, which is kind of interesting. Or maybe, there we go. Okay, so it's kind of holding the line here. Went down a little bit. Okay. Just was curious to see
But that's a good trend for the opening. Let's say it opens and just skyrockets. Won't that be great?
That would be great. Yeah, looks like they had earnings today too. So, yeah.
But it's like the earnings don't even matter anymore. It's
earnings don't matter.
It's like, oh, you had earnings, sell the stock. We don't even want to hear from you.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute here on earnings. Overall, our portfolio today was down roughly 1%, 29 bucks. Yeah. And then over here on our total portfolios here, this is all of our positions that we show. PSET still leading the way. FSD coming up behind that. And FSD has been doing fantastic for us. So that growth and the dividend is awesome.
Yeah.
And then down here are big suckers of Lazy Boy and the Hayling Education Group. Man. All right. So you can see our cash balance over here. We've got a whopping $10. So we need to wait for some of our stocks to go up to what's our sell rate? 12%?
That's what we were originally aiming for that. But if we may want to cut that in half and start rolling more. If you do a 6% 3 times, then you're sitting at 18, right? And we haven't traded in weeks. We're just kind of sitting here bumping along.
Yeah.
So we may want to start picking through some of these guys and maybe selling a winner and a loser at the same time. And
ooh.
Yeah.
Unrealized P&L.
Pair them
$8.38.
I know.
Yeah.
Go down there and match it with another 8 and break even.
But then you got only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Just something for us to think about.
Roll some dice as the market's
especially
take a bit of a breather.
Yeah, today I would say is a really good buy day, right? I mean, we're way down.
Yeah. So the markets today overall took an absolute beating.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. All right.
So weirdest day ever, right? So we were all waiting. We're waiting to hear from Powell tomorrow. He's going to talk. The Feds are doing their whatever meeting. What meeting is it?
They're talking interest rates. Talking rates.
It's the Federal Open Market Committee. Is that the meeting?
The FOMC.
Yeah. So they're going to talk about. Well, is he going to say we're going to start talking about the taper, or is the Delta thing going to be like, man, we're just going to hold off for a while? That's what I'm thinking. Everybody's waiting to hear, right? That hey, we're going to wait and see how the Delta thing works out. We do feel we know he's going to say we feel inflation is transitory, and maybe the market's just waiting for his reassurances. I know earnings has been crazy.
Yeah, so the CDC, Center for Disease Control, they scared the poop out of the market today.
Put your mask on.
Put your mask on. So they came out with mask mandates in the U.S. and basically the market said, "Oh my God, we're going back into COVID 2.0. This is the end. It's we're going to be, COVID winter again, and we're going to go back down to things are going to be awful again." Maybe. Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure.
We'll put on our masks and see what happens.
Man, but the CDC did not help the market today. And then you coupled with what's going on in China and the big market sell-offs in China, basically the entire market sold off because all of the downward pressure on what's going on in China right now, all of China tech and the government regulations coming into play. So they are putting a lot of pressure onto the Chinese market right now. So they're really crushing stocks in China, which usually means, China, whatever happens in China typically happens in North America a day later or further down the line.
Hong Kong is the second largest after the New York Stock Exchange, right? So it carries a lot of global weight.
Totally.
People watch it a lot. So what happened today? We had earnings from the big 3 tech guys, right? We had Apple, we had Microsoft.
Crushed it.
Out of the park. Apple went down. Microsoft went down. Google did go up a little bit, right?
And then it went down.
Oh, and then it went down? So they all went down.
Yeah.
So they completely crushed it. Best quarter on record. But what they all said was, in the coming quarters, we predict a drastic slowdown, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to promise anything.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trepidation about the Delta.
Yeah, it's the guidance that's really causing everything in the stock market, right? Apple's going to run into semiconductor issues. They're gonna have a major issue there. Google, I don't really know why they would sell off because they'd provide more service and software, maybe a little bit in some of their cloud-based stuff, but generally, I don't really understand why Google would sell off. Microsoft, same thing with some of their hardware. They're more cloud-based. The big problem with Microsoft is that there was a slowdown in their Azure, their cloud-based business, and that's really where I feel the market sees a whole lot of growth or potential growth of that cloud-based. So that slowdown in the cloud-based probably means that the likes of Amazon and some of the other cloud-based infrastructures are eating their lunch.
Well, and a lot of people are jumping into that market, right? I mean, you've got all types of, like, Cisco's playing in there, Dell's playing in there now.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, Apple, their guidance basically says that they're going to sell less iPhones quarter over quarter. I guess we'll see. The thing is that Apple has been so strong because they gained, a lot of people went out and bought new phones with stimulus checks. They bought new laptops with stimulus checks. A lot of people were working from home, needed a computer device to be at home, something new or upgrade or something. So they're thinking on their guidance that things will slow down because the upgrade cycle isn't 1 year for Apple.
It's transitory.
Yeah. It's multiple years, right? So if you go out and buy a new MacBook now, you're not going to buy one next year. Most of us.
Right. We'll wait 3 to 4 years. Yeah.
Right. 3 to 4, 5, 6 years on iPhone. That refresh cycle is 3 years, right? So if they sell a whole bunch of extra iPhones, we're not going to see a whole bunch more sold for another 3 years. So everything has kind of been moved up because of COVID stimulus checks. But so that's why the guidance is starting to slow a bit.
Cool beans. So market's kind of, I mean, it's in such a weird place. Up so high on Monday, down so high yesterday. Tomorrow, we've got Boeing, Pfizer, McDonald's, Facebook, PayPal.
Okay.
I think those are the big ones. We've got Powell talking in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's a big day tomorrow.
It's a huge day. And then Thursday, do we have housing? Something housing on Thursday?
Well,
thought there was housing on Thursday. And do we have a jobs report on Friday?
We'll just guess at it all.
I think that's, yeah. So there's still a lot of stuff going on this week that could really.
So tomorrow has mortgage applications and Canadian inflation, if anybody gives a crap.
Oh.
And then we've got Thursday, we've got jobless claims, on Thursday. And Friday we've got we've got some more inflationary raw materials, PCE price index. So that's a personal consumption expenditure index.
On
Friday. It's a big week for everything in this market right now.
So go ahead.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Facebook. Probably going to be a lot of the same. They're going to probably crush their earnings, and then the stock will just tank.
Yeah, I hear you. The Bloomberg folks were talking this morning that households, I guess somebody measures cash on hand, and households are holding more cash than they ever have in history. And so that's kind of there's a lot of cash sitting on the sidelines right now.
So what are you going to do with all your extra cash there, Picker?
I don't have extra cash.
But the government says, or whoever is doing the survey says that you do.
Oh, they say the average people do.
Oh. Does that just mean they're living in less debt, or they actually have free cash?
I do have cash sitting on hand because I'm trying to buy that stupid rental house. Mm-hmm. So it's been sitting there for a year and a half doing absolutely nothing for me. I think if I add up all the interest in the last year and a half, I think I've made 28 cents or something like that.
Totally.
I mean, it's crazy, right?
So when do you put that into the market? Say, screw it, I'm not buying a house.
Well, no, I can't do that. I have to be divested in 2 different areas. I can't do all of it in one place. I would not be able to sleep at night. I'd be watching the futures all the time and freaking out pre-market and stress and sweating all the time. It would be bad
Bitcoin.
news. I don't think I'll go back to that. It was fun and I made a whole lot of money, but dude, it is so stressful.
Yeah, it is.
It reminded me why I stopped day trading.
Oh, but it is a lot of fun too. The highs are highs.
It is fun. And, I mean, I understand how people get their highs by, hang gliding and parachuting and all that other stuff. Because
yeah, we do.
You get those adrenaline rushes.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I just dropped 60 grand on a Bitcoin. Oh, it's up to 62. You're like, oh, was it going to go to 64? And then it drops to 55. You're like, what have I done?
It's insane. The psychology of all of it is
crazy.
Is really hard. It's hard on the psyche. So yeah, I mean, we love it when our days are big and green, and we hate it when our days are down in the doldrums. And like today, where everything dropped huge amounts of dollars, everything that we gained yesterday was poof, gone.
Yep. And it's funny because you sit there, like I have my little screen going, next to my big screens at work. And so you're working, and you look over and you're like, oh, it's got to stop. And you work. You're like, what? Stop, please.
He's just begging the market to stop it. Somebody make it stop. Stop the bleeding. I know. It's totally unbelievable. What can you do? All you can do is buy the dip.
And you have to have that mentality that it's a long game. It's not a daily game. I mean, it can be a daily game if you want to live in that world. It's a world of a lot of Pepto-Bismol and stuff like that. Tums. It's bad.
Totally. Yeah, it's
all right.
It would be tough. I know if I started doing it, I would have a really hard time.
It's very addicting. Yeah, it is. It's hard. It's real hard. All right. So I don't have any real estate updates here whatsoever. The pool is swimmable, but it's not working yet. I mean, it's all jerry-rigged and stuff like that, but it is swimmable. I will make a video probably next week kind of showing you what it looks like when it's all kind of running. You guys got a touch of it when I did the cannonball thing in the suit.
That was awesome. I still love it. That's my favorite video of all time.
Haven't really... There's a lot more houses coming on the market right now, and I'm seeing houses that have been on the market for about 5 days that are having price reductions right now. I did do, when I had my family in town, I did some open houses on Saturday, which we haven't had those lately. And those open houses today, 3 of them had a price reduction. So I'm going to say we've probably hit peak housing in my region. So hopefully we'll have some stuff that happens around my area. So
agreed. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We had on the real estate side or the rental side. Oh my goodness.
No.
Every time. Just cannot get through a freaking show. We had one more showing tonight. Ripped over there after work and had another showing. So yeah,
cool.
Phenomenal feedback. Everybody's loved the place so far. So basically we're having showings for at least 1 week here just to get people through to see. And then after that, then we'll start paring it down into people that want to be there. And we'll start the application process and kind of go from there. So
cool.
Yeah.
So I did get a cool thing in the paper today.
The paper?
I still read the headlines to the local paper and stuff. Yeah. And a builder, actually an investment group out of the big city east of me has said that they are putting in a subdivision about 5 miles up the highway from where I get off, 10,000 homes. And they release sketches of it's just madness. So I can look forward to an even more fun drive coming home.
That's an entire city.
Yeah. Well, my subdivision that I live in is 9,000 houses when it's done.
Crazy.
And I thought it was crazy and nuts, right?
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's totally awesome. All right, folks, thank you for joining us. If you like what you saw here, please give us a like. It helps us out on the YouTube algorithm. Share it with your friends because, as you can see, we don't pay for subscriptions on this channel. We've got 21 people subscribing.
Woo!
So, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
help us out. Share it with your friends if you like what you see. Give us a like. Click the bell if you want to watch us on a daily basis, or at least Monday to Thursday. And click the link down below to Webull. That's the trading platform that we're using. You can use it in the US only, unfortunately. We can't use it up here in Canada. But if you do that in the US, you click the link, follow it, and deposit yourself $100. Get yourself up to 2 free stocks, up to, what are we saying, $2,300?
Yeah, something like that.
Totally random. Totally
It's
random.
completely
But value could be up to $2,300. So totally worth it if you guys do it. And yeah, give us a like or give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Follow those little things scrolling across the screen below.
And we love your comments. So we'd love to
We
hear
do.
from you. Let us know what's going on. If there's something we can do different, if Picker needs to work on
Pick
his
two
mic,
better looking people.
but that's not going to happen, dude. You got a good solid 5.5 on each side of here, so I think we're good.
Woo,
I think
I'll take it.
you add us together, we're at 11.
Fantastic. All right,
Don't
everyone,
trade like that guy.
have a great night. Don't trade like that guy. We'll see you in the next one.